I'm not sure what happened there, but I got me a big pipe wrench, and you just gotta wrench that thing up the best you can, tight, till you just can't tighten it no more. That's what you want to do, because you don't want it to leak, man. That's for sure. This is really tight. It's really tight, really tight, man. Kind of like a Saturday night. That's good. I'm happy with that. So then take your finger and run it along the back side and get that stuff. Make sure you get it all over yourself too. Your job would not be complete if you didn't get that on you. I'm telling you right now, okay? And then proceed to do the other side. I'm going to show you how to wind this. For those of you that don't know, and I'm sure that you don't know if you're watching this, because if you do know, you don't want to be taking tips from me. However, just because I don't do this stuff every single day, but when I do it, I make sure that I do it right. Now, this is Teflon tape. You can seal gas pipe, water pipe, air lines, fuel lines, automotive uses, marine uses. Not necessarily only has to be used on tubing. This can be used on nuts that you want to torque, bolts that you want to torque, and you want the threads to not gall. You put some of this on there, okay? And you could torque the living nuts out of those things with some of this on threads, and that's what it's for. That's why they use it in plumbing, so you can really torque it. So this is the other side, right? And the threads, our threads go this way, and we know that because we have another fitting, because we're not idiots, right? We have another fitting, and it's going to go on there like that. So you see the direction this way, right? So we want to put the PT Teflon tape here in that direction. And you do want to cover this whole span of thread, and I'm going to tell you why, because you see what happened to that one? That one walked all the way just about to the end. It might even have bottomed out, I don't know. I just don't. So, sorry for wrapping it off the camera there. Hold on to it with your finger, it gets a little tricky, and then you got to keep it from bunching up, so you don't want it to bunch up. And you want to get that thread wrapped several times in all of the positions. Don't go crisscrossing it like a fishing rod now. Okay, it's not a fishing reel. Bring it in there, get it going straight. Got to keep this on camera. I'm so sorry for that, really am. You know, guys, you're getting a special treat today, and you don't have to kiss my ass, but I'm telling you right now, I'm too busy to be making videos, and this stuff, like everybody tells you on the internet, might not know it or not, but they're telling the truth. They're not lying to you. It takes a lot of time. I just upload my stuff raw. I don't even care. Okay. If you don't like it, thank you. If you do like it, thank you. But, okay, so we're going to pay attention to what we're doing. We got 2 wraps on that. This is our 3rd wrap. We're walking it to the outside edge where the end of the threads start. Keep it rolled up on your finger so it don't get away from you. Keep counting what you're doing. That's number 2 there. Coming up on 3. We want to keep going now. And that's the 3rd one there. All right, so I'm going to go one more for good luck just because that's how I am. And then we're going to take our finger and we're going to splay that. What the hell does that mean, Joe? Splay. Yeah, you're going to spread it so that it's not bunched. Remember I told you? Don't bunch it. But I was dragging it. So there you go. Okay? That's nice. Then we put our pipe dope on. Hang on a minute. Alright, so you just put a glob of it on there, right? You're going to take your finger that you didn't want to get dirty before with the other stuff. But we're going to definitely put our fingers in this because we know. We have to get something dirty today. We got to go tell my better half that we got our fingers dirty and I can't use them later. You know what I mean, Vern? Anyway, my better half. You know my better half? Her name is Barb, for those of you that don't know my better half. But friends and family that are watching, yeah, you know her. She's going to be watching this too. She's going to slap me. People say, what do you do all day? Yeah, I play. It's all fun and games. That's what it is, man. If you don't like what you're doing, go find something that you like to do and do it. Me, it's usually looking for my tools for 15 or 20 minutes, even though they're right in front of me. So we're going to take up the slack in this, and then we're going to put the plier on the other side. You know, I'm not one of those guys that has all the fancy tools, and this is not the fancy tool channel. Because you don't really need fancy tools to build stuff. You just got to have a will to do it, and it gets done. So that's what we keep doing, keep wrenching on that, man. And then believe me, there's some force in it too. So we're gonna start putting some force on it. Gotta keep it straight, hold on. Without the noises would be nice, huh? You like those noises, man? Check this out. That's tight. That sounds like it came to the end of the line like a freight train, dude. All right. So there it is. So I'm going to make a note here to you people about this, right? I was telling you about these shutoffs later. That's not what I'm going to talk about. What I'm going to talk about is this fitting. And if we look carefully, and I think it's all engineered that way, designed rather. If we look carefully, that it did come to the end of the thread, and it was very tight going in the last, I'd say 4 turns. Very, very tight in the last 4 turns. Very, very tight in the last 3 turns on this one, maybe 2 or 3 turns. And then they bottomed out and stopped. And I felt it come to the stop. So it's got to be designed that way, but that's super tight on there. And so they're even a little warm from putting them on. By the way, folks, today is June. It's in the middle of June. And it's 2025, and we're here in South Florida, and it's about 96 degrees out. And so when you touch things, tools, a wrench, everything, it feels like it's, you know, you're touching something that's alive because it's warm. Everything's warm. Yeah, so this is, it's a little warm just from tightening that. And, maybe it's just air temperature. Anyway, so while you have this rough-in valve off before you install it where it's got to go, you should wrap these. It makes life easier. So stay tuned, because I'm going to mount this valve and stick it in there. I can't do this with showing you where it's going, because it's just too tight of an area. I won't be able to get the camera. I don't have an angle here. I'm sitting on the top of a bathtub. There's tools all over, but it's not going to work. You won't be able to see anything anyway. It's just basic PVC gluing. And it's going to go, we're going to put the 2 elbows on, and we're going to shove it up like that. And then this one's going to connect to the pipe that it's got to connect to, and then this one's going to connect to the pipe it's got, and we're just going to push it in. That's it. And but I'm going to wrap these before I do that, and then this way it's ready to go when I tighten my copper fittings that I sweated earlier, or soldered earlier, that I showed you in the other video. But you guys keep the rubber side down, okay? And remember, hopefully you got something out of this video. Criticize me if you like. It's okay. You know, I don't really care. It's not going to faze me in the least. I've been doing this for so long that if somebody had something to say to me, that's okay. I'm pretty sure that if you got something to say, you're a lot younger than me. So, with that said, don't have any much more to add. You know, I don't really like talking about politics, and I don't like talking about... I watch all the stupid politics that are going on out there, but I don't want this video to get too long. So you guys take care, and hit me up on the next one. Thank you.